Alright, welcome back. Here we are in the desert town of Amkethran. I think last time having some problems with the local mercenaries working under Balthazar. But we're about to enter the local tavern.
How may I assist?
Hoping to at least stay for the night.
How can I help?
Zakee Rafeha? Probably mispronounced that. Looks like the barkeep. Serving a customer. Leila. Well, could be local help or an escort. Marlowe, who almost looks well-to-do. And sure enough, two mercenaries are likely harassing this mage. Alright, another patron.
Nature's servant awaits.
Good day to you.
Oh. Alright, here's Marlowe. Excuse me, I do not mean to be rude, but you are one of the strangers that all the locals have been talking about, aren't you? An adventurer from the north? Yes, of course you are. Anyone can see that you're an extraordinary woman. Please forgive me. It is very fortunate that such a powerful person such as yourself has come to this remote town. I thought Amkethran would be remote enough so that no one would find me here, but I was wrong. Well, it's a little shallow, but Lilly appreciates the flattery. I would not bother you, stranger, but I'm in a terrible peril. I need your aid. I beg you for a boon, my lady, or I and my daughter both shall surely perish. I think because he looks well-to-do, and it sounds like he might be a noble on the run. I think she'll entertain maybe hearing it out. I cannot speak more of this here. Please come to my home on top of the cliff, my lady, I beg you. Alright. I think she'll meet him then later. It is atop the east cliff, my lady. It's a simple dwelling, but safe for the moment. My name is Marlowe. Please meet me there, and I shall explain everything, I swear. Of course, this could be a trap. Yeah, I think Leila is the local help. They're calling for more ale.
I can assist you.
It's awfully crowded. Oh, a customer filling out his journal, maybe. Somebody asleep. Okay. Not a very big place. Where's the help? Whoops.
I hope our establishment's to your liking.
Lila telling Nolly to keep her hands and smart remarks to herself. The Zephyrs for washing the desert out of your throat and taking the weariness out of tired bones, that's all. Well, he wasn't trying to do anything. Alright, but I guess that's the name of the tavern, the Zephir. And Leila is most certainly not an escort. Alright. Well.
I await
I am
your
yours to
news.
command.
Alright, speaking with the Zakee, who looks like the barkeep.
I got some cheap beer for ya.
Hello to you, my friend. More travelers come to the tiny little Amkethran, huh? Be you yet another soldier for hire that our good Balthazar has called for? Well, Balthazar doesn't seem to be very popular with the locals, so there seems to be no harm to admit that we're not. It's not often that we get travelers passing through Amkethran, especially in these times. Welcome to the Zephir, then, my good woman. Zakee Rafeha at your service. Alright. It's an interesting name, Zephir. Alright, at least he's willing to speak about a few things. Ask away, dear woman. Curious about his opinion on Balthazar, though. Not sure he's going to feel free to speak, especially with the mercenaries here. Balthazar is the leader of the monastic order within the fortress, and has been for quite some time. Yeah, he's not overly popular, as I'm sure you're well aware. We'd like to know what the monastic order is about, though. The monks have always been supportive of Amkethran, providing guidance when it was necessary and even protection from the creatures that sometimes come out of the Callum Desert. We've always been grateful for their presence. They and the smugglers who bring us supplies to live. I was talking about Avarian. Alright, but since Balthazar has assumed leadership, nothing has been the same. The Order ignores us. They apply restrictions on the smugglers and have even killed some, restricting the supplies the village can be brought. And then there are all the mercenaries. It is to be expected, I suppose. Many say that Balthazar is one of the terrible spawn of the dead god Bhaal. He prepares for war, no doubt. We simply pray that this war does not come to Amkethran. Well, that's news. I don't believe when we spoke to Balthazar that Lilly sensed a fellow Bhaal spawn. His name didn't appear in green as we would have expected. So it is said. He was brought here long ago by the mage Melisande, who protects him. We fear that the old tales of destruction brought by the children of Bhaal may come true after all. Alright. Well, that certainly supports the theory that maybe it's a monastic order in service to Bhaal. Yeah, asking what he knows about Melisande. A protector of all Bhaal's children. Just as Elminster protects those who harp. He's not sure why. No one has told me of seeing Melisande the mage for many months now. Well, if anyone might hear rumors, it'll probably be the barkeep. So she'll ask about Sendai and Abazagao. Alright, some of the mercenaries have whispered these names with great fear. Sendai is a drow, a dark elf. Or so I understand. They say that Balthazar is mobilizing his army to attack her and that they feared the denizens of the Underdark. That such an attack would bring them face to face with. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Some have said she's a powerful Bhaal spawn and an assassin, but few seem sure. She lives beneath the earth like old drow, however. Wow. Sounds like we might be revisiting another section of the Underdark. If we go to Sendai's Enclave. Alright, asking about Abazagao. There was a group of captains in here once. They were talking in hushed tones about an army of dragons. I believe it was during their talk that this name of yours came up. I thought at the time that it was the name of the mountains this army was supposedly in, though I'd never heard of such a range. The thought of fighting dragons is a sobering one. If Balthazar is planning on battling such creatures with this army, hey, well, I would wonder at his state of mind, perhaps. So Abazagao might be a dragon, I think, is implying. Or at least have dragon guardians. Yeah, this is really what you'd like to know. What is the monastic order about? It is said they are an ancient order of warriors that once fought for an ancient Shah and were exiled when he was murdered. The village grew up around the fortress, depending on their goodwill and guidance, which was received in abundance. At least, that is, until Balthazar became their leader. Now we're strangers. The gates are well guarded and even protected by spells. To force entry would be foolish, but Lilly doesn't necessarily have an interest to... Alright, something wore off. To enter the monastery, except to satisfy her own curiosity about Balthazar's guilt and his allegiance with Melisande. Alright, everyone's guessing that the front gate isn't the only way in. Even Candlekeep had some hidden back doors. Alright, Zakee's suggesting that maybe the smugglers know a way in. Alright, asking what he knows about Marlowe, who Lilly's agreed to meet on the cliff. A stranger to Amkethran, arrived only weeks ago. Yeah, so it sounds like a fugitive. His daughter fell ill, or so I hear. He's been a little crazed as well. He blames his daughter's illness upon the undead creatures that are said to have arisen in our graveyard cavern. Okay, I think we saw a note about that and didn't understand what that was. So they buried their dead, or probably set them to rest in a cavern instead of underground, perhaps. Poor soul. He drinks much, but seems to do him little good. And asking about these mercenaries, maybe harassing the mage. If I could tell you that, Kazadai, not sure what that is, then I would know far more of the goings-on of this world than I would like. I've heard tales of great wars and destruction in the lands beyond the desert, and while the Order has never involved itself in such things before, it seems Balthazar has changed things. He plans a war, a great and terrible war, but I do not know against whom. Alright. The many pleasures of the Zephir are yours to indulge in, good customer. If I have the supply, that is, these days, one can never be sure. Alright, so up to noble accommodations. Nothing too remarkable. Because even now, ammunition is not really a concern with these more iron stones. I guess that Lilly will add to her collection.